My name is Mikal Nye. I'm 25 and I live in Farmington, New Mexico, and I work in Colorado. And I've been working with Comfort Keepers for I'd say about a good year now.
Did you do any kind of caregiving prior to working with Comfort Keepers?
I did help take care of my grandpa in his last few months. He was on bed rest. I had to feed him. We had to help him up and reposition him and things like that. So I did help. I had a little bit of experience there, and then I do have a family member who has some difficulties, who handicap. So I learned how to take care of him and how to, transport him and things like that. So I had a little bit of caregiving experience, but not a whole.
Yeah. Well, did you have any particular career goals in mind?
I never really gave the medical field any thought until just recently, when I started doing caregiving, and I learned from Amanda, like she was a CNA, and she, we did that like hands-on training. So that intrigued, that sparked an interest a lot. And so then when I think it's Jennifer who would send out this Pueblo Community College CNA classes, it really intrigued me. So I took those classes, and after taking those classes, it really it sparked an interest, and I really liked the classes. And it kind of made me think, I could do something more with this type of, in the medical field or something like that.
Yeah. Do you feel, with the tuition reimbursement, that kind of helped give you that extra leg up and kind of drive to be able to go and get it?
Yeah, I would say definitely it helped me out a lot. I did have, the thought in mind that I'm going to pay for these classes, it'll be okay, I can find out a way. But after talking with Aaron and learning that I could, use that to help, it helped a lot, and it made me, how to say, I could focus more on what I was doing in the classes rather than having to think, have that thought in the back of my mind, like, am I going to be able to pay for this? Is it going to be covered? I had that. It was like, okay, so now I can really just be all here.
Right. Like, no excuses now, I have to do it because somebody else is going to be able to help pay for it. Yeah. And do you think that, the process of getting signed up for the tuition reimbursement, was that all pretty seamless for you? Do you think it went easily?
I would say so, because I have taken college classes prior, and some scholarships, and some of those, like, the process is pretty lengthy, or like you have to do so much stuff. But this one was pretty, it was just flat out, it was to the point, it was just, it wasn't too hard, but you do have to put some effort in it if you really want it. But it was pretty quick to the point.
Yeah. And how did you enjoy your classes? Did you get to attend, because you did it most recently in this year, did you get to do some in-person stuff?
Definitely. We got to do the hands-on skills with each other in the class. We weren't able to go and do our clinicals in the nursing homes how they have their curriculum because of COVID, but we did practice on each other a whole lot.
Nice.
And that helped out a lot.
So the field of basically working with the elderly is called geriatrics. Do you feel like that's something you would stay with, or has it sparked, doing the CNA program, has it sparked you to want to maybe explore other fields within the medical field?
Yeah, I do like geriatric care. It is rewarding because you get to help them kind of find still have that independency that, we all want. So it is really nice to help them do that. And it did spark an interest in physical therapy. So I had originally thought about it, years ago, but I never really put that much thought into it until just recently, when we started doing the skills at the college, and I was like, hey, I really, really like showing somebody how to move their leg, or I really like assisting them working out their muscles and stuff like that, because we do have to sometimes, do the leg movements and arm movements.
Yeah, like range of motion.
Yeah, range of motion. So that sparked an interest, and I started looking into college courses on physical therapists, being a physical therapist assistant. So that sparked that.
And CNA is great. I think anybody who is considering the medical field, getting your CNA, because you really get to see more of it without fully dedicating to something like a 4-year or something like that you would end up not really feeling. And And physical therapy, I think, is great because there's still that reward. You know, you get to see your patient go from maybe completely immobile right after surgery or something to really building up that strength and getting back to their normalcy. How do you feel about this 401k program?
I think it is the benefit of it is awesome. Taking CNA classes, we actually did get to learn a little bit about the financial side of it. So we talked about 401k, we talked about investing, and some other, certain financial things. And 401k was explained to me that, it'll be, you put so much money into it, and especially if your company matches it, then, when you retire or when you want to take it out, then you have that much money put aside. And it's just, I think it's very smart. The owners want the caregivers to feel valued, and I think that's a perfect way is to 401k and tuition reimbursement, because then, they want you to, it's like they're saying they want you to explore more or to succeed more.
Right.
And which is awesome. You don't see that in a lot of companies.
No.
Sometimes you don't even see that in big corporations, but the fact that they want to, provide those benefits is really awesome.
Not only for caregivers to be taken care of while they're working, but knowing that if this is something that they chose to do, because a lot of caregivers, once you start, the reward is, you feel like there's not going to be another job where you're really getting that kind of, benefit out of compensation as well as like emotional. You have these people you care so much about, and you get to see do better and better every time you're with them. And so things like the 401k or the tuition reimbursement were definitely what we wanted, that everyone feels really valued and feels that this job has value. I do like that it's a little more career driven now, and people are looking towards the future, because medical is great, you're always going to be needed.